it's been a good sort of atmosphere and vibe and stuff so far, so let's keep it going. Probably tonight is the most technical one, where there's like standards that need to be sort of adhered to, things going on that are a little bit tougher. So yeah, your judge is doing the best job they can, and we'll try and have some coaches sort of always overseeing. But yeah, don't think we've had anything yet, but yeah, if I hear of like anyone sort of snapping back at your judge or whatever, then yeah, I'll just like, won't validate your score or whatever, okay? It's just not what we're about. So if you're not sure about like your range of motion or sort of what's going on, you've got your assigned judge, like beforehand, like is this thruster okay? Is this chest to bar okay? All good. Just make sure without judging, who's in your lane, that's the person you're judging, okay? Don't mix and match, because I want to be able to know like who's actually not there. I don't mind if we switch bars. So if you're like, you're a female and you want like that bar or something, we can switch them over. That's all good. The cone sort of square, that's going to be the working area. So you can sort of have your secondary barbell to the back. People can stay around here, and then if you need to, we can switch them out later, okay? Sweet. Heard Team Red were reckon the scores are illegitimate or something. Is that's what I was coming through. You're happy? You're welcome to add all the scores up there. There's publicly accessible information. So just put the people in the team, add them up. It takes about 20 minutes, so you can do it.
You get 10 points if you're on.
I'm confident, yeah, no. Go through it. I did check them twice, but I probably need 3, but yeah, not even close, I'm not worried. Alright, so today's workout, so last one, so 4 time, we've got 5 rounds, 10 thrusters at 29 for girls, 43 for guys, 10 chest to bar pull-ups. Then we have 1 minute rest. So this is where on the scorecard you'll see like there's a tie break, but you do need to be on for that, okay? So the 5th one, make sure you get it, because that tie break information will be used later if they don't finish, which probably not that many people will be, I assume. Yeah, there will be a good portion that's not, so we will need that tie break. And you'll also need it for when they start again. It's only a minute, but that minute goes pretty quick. So if it's 12:20, they start at 13:20, okay, for the next bit. Then it gets a little bit heavier, so your judge can help change just flip the bars around. 5 rounds of 7 thrusters for 43 for girls, 61 for guys, 7 bar muscle ups, okay? 15-minute time cap on the whole thing, okay? So yeah, just working our way through sort of as best we can. Like I think the majority probably, it looks pretty hard to get done. So yeah, it's one of those ones, do the best you can wherever you get to. We'll talk about technique and things in a little bit. So we must start underneath the pull-up bar. It's just it's a good rule just to annoy you. Don't really know what the benefit is, but or whatever, we'll do it. So under the bar, 2, 1, go, and then you come forward to your bar. The bar needs to be 3 feet away from the bar. So as long as your bar is like in line with these poles or further back, you've got plenty of space. You go forward, complete our thrusters, chest to bars, forward and back, so on and so forth, and then we have our 1 minute break and go. The timer will just go up, it won't stop or anything like that in the time. And yeah, if you are time capped, just with your judge, record down the final number of reps you've got, and then record that, your score will be total reps. We've got all the bars set up. These are the prescribed. We've got the there's 2 on this side, there's 1 female on that side, the prescribed main age group bars. If you need a different one, that's all good. Like just let myself or change them out, we'll switch them out. That's all good, but there's lots of different categories, so we just do the standard ones to begin with. But that's pretty much it. Logistics. So in terms of standards, so with our thruster, the crease at the hips must clearly pass below the top of the knee in the bottom position. So easy way to spot that from side on. If there's a marble on the top of the knee, it will roll past to the top of the hip. Okay, so here no go, here all good. Okay, so does anyone have any questions about what they need to look for when they're seeing Squat below parallel. All good. The rep is credited when the hips and knees are fully extended, so you lock your legs out and the bar is directly over or behind the middle of the body when viewed from the side. So where the middle of the body is, your hands and bar must be over the top. It can't be out in front, or it can sort of be behind. So arms need to be locked out, legs and hips locked out, bar over the top, okay? Then you can get back down as long as you get that below parallel, and then everything's locked out, bars over the top of the middle of your body, all good, okay? So any questions about that thrust for standard 10? Doing it or seeing it? Cool, each round of thrusters begins with the barbell on the ground. A squat clean is allowed but not required. So one thing that may happen with the heavier thruster, just watch you don't turn it into a jerk. So if you're like going down and you stand and your legs rebend and then stand it up, that's a no rep straight away. Doesn't matter how you finish it too. You can't like straighten and rebend the legs. You must, once they lock, they stay locked and your arms press it out. Okay? Does that make sense, crew? Any questions with that? Cool, easy. Alrighty, so with both the pull-ups and the bar muscle-ups, the rep begins with your arms locked out and your feet off the ground, okay? So there's a couple of like things we're gonna talk about, options, but no matter what you're doing, whether you're jumping into a bar muscle-up or whether you're doing a kipping pull-up option, you must be locked out with your feet off the ground at some point before we begin, okay? So we must start with that. Any style of grip is permitted. Like a lot of the times, some people find it beneficial to go into this supine or palm facing grip for chest to bar, so it maybe is worth a try. And the chest must make contact. So at the collarbone or below, the bar must physically touch the collarbone or below part of the chest for it to count a rep, okay? So hands can be wherever you want, as long as we're actually touching, okay? So any questions on chest to bar pull up? Bar muscle up's the same. Start, arms fully extended, feet off the ground. You must pass through some portion of the dip, so you make sure you've got at least a little bit of a dip if you've got a super high bar muscle up. Yeah, your arms must be slightly in front of the bar with your arms locked out for it to count as a rep, okay? Yeah, I think that's it. Make sure we start locked out. Feet can't get higher than the bar. And make sure we'll get to that lockout at the top. And another one, don't remove the hands while you're on the bar. If you're up there and you remove your hands, shake it out and then go back on, that's a no rep, okay? So your hands must stay on the bar. Cool, okay, so I think that's pretty much in terms of standards. Does anyone have any questions with standards or workout flow before we talk about it in a little bit of detail, team? Yeah, that's a good point. So when we do the one, so at the start of the workout, you've got to begin under the bar, but also after that forced 1 minute rest. So before you go onto the second bar, like after 1 minute rest, you've got to be back under the bar, 12, 32, 33, and then go. Then you're back in there, okay? So, yep, obviously switch those bars around for safety so you can get to the heavier one. So I don't know what I do with my little sheet there. Yeah. Someone can help you with that. If there's someone nearby watching, they can lift it, or the judge can lift it over, yeah. By doing that. It does actually say, athletes may have assistance when changing the barbell. So probably the main points from this, is no matter who you are, I think break up the first portion more than you need to. I think everyone should be breaking the thrusters and the tens at least once, possibly more. If you're not certain you're going to get that first section done, probably more, okay? You need to keep yourself fresh, keep that heart rate down so you don't want to be grinding out sets. So I think a 5 and a 5 and a 6 and a 4 for at least everyone. But if that thruster is pretty challenging, 50 reps, you might go 4-3-3 from the start or more manageable numbers from the start. So really break that down, just like always. Choose to rest, don't be forced to rest. on that thruster portion. If you get to the second bar, similar thing. I think you're still going to want to break that, you know, conservatively, but when you get to that point, depending on your time, it'll be a little bit more survival. So break that down, and same with the pull-ups. Like, I think really break them down. Now, personally, like, just from seeing these styles of workouts in the past, and you know, I remember we had one that was similar to this, and the best score in the gym was from a guy who did this singles method, even though he had really good butterfly pull-ups. Okay, so sorry, I'll just use this bar as a demo. Unless you have consistent 5 butterfly chest to bar, I would be doing this the whole way, and I definitely wouldn't be linking any kipping pull-ups. So I'd be doing the style of kipping where we hold onto the bar, find a bar that you can easily reach while standing on the ground, or get some soft mats to prop it up so you've got a little bit of bend in your arms. You must begin the rep with your arms still straight though. So arms are straight, feet off the ground, and then you can begin. So what it would look like is your hands will come off, hit, drop down. So while they are a little bit slower than doing a few in a row, hopefully you can knock out 10, somewhat recover a little bit, and use a minimum if you don't have to sort of lower yourself down. So unless you're planning to go like 5 and 5 butterfly or 4, 3 and 3 butterfly chest to bar, I would be doing this. So if you don't have butterfly, I'd be doing this. Now, chest to bars are really tough for you. You can use the J hooks to jack yourself up a little bit, and you can make it into a bit of a glide kip. And you can even flip the arms around. Like, some people really find this a lot stronger if you don't sort of have your first one. But jump, slide your legs through, get the hips wide, and pull, and drop down. That bigger swing is sort of like, it's almost like a bar muscle up, but a chest to bar can just allow you to get them a lot more consistently, just by getting your hips high, meaning less of a pull than a sort of a standard one. Okay, so yeah, especially, I think pretty much regardless. If you've got any individual questions about that, chat to your captains or me, but I think, like, yeah, probably seen 6 or 7 examples in the past with chest to bars where that single method is going to work better. Yeah, and if you're getting to that second round, I think, yeah, it depends on the time, but you're still going to break things down. If you've watched any, like, of the demos, like even the top guys were taking like huge rests because I think they just went out too hard and too big a set. So if you go a bit smaller, hopefully you can keep that rest down through. So yeah, does anyone have any other questions or? Nope, sweet, alrighty, so we got those first heats coming up, crew. Hopefully we'll try and kick it off in about 10 minutes or so. If I've missed you, come and see me and I'll try, yeah, we'll whack you on a heat there. But yeah, let's do it.